Good friggin' morning. My goodness. Exciting to be back every single day. Not like the past 2 weeks where I had this kind of like six staycation sort of thing. I miss just getting on here, knowing that I need to get on here. Well, because I have to. But I'm still, believe it or not, a little bit messed up with my throat. Them antibiotics still gotta do their job. Telling you, it was bad. Whatever got to me this time, it's bad. It's been pissing me off. My throat's been yeah, it's not been the greatest. Like up and downs on the throat situation. I don't know what it is. The doctor said it's some virus making my tonsils or something. I don't know. Whatever. We're on antibiotics. No more complaining about that because it's a good day to have a goddamn good day. It's Tuesday, right? Yes, it's Tuesday, Wild Tuesday. And we're here. The market is pretty much almost right at all-time highs. Again, we got a little bit of a dip. I mean, if you kind of got up early and you bought that 02 level of, I guess, a little mild support there, good for you. You would have had to been awake at 3:30. Yeah, around, no, 4:30 in the morning. 4:30 to 6:30. Yeah. But at least we're kind of inside of a range here. We're not really like just pumping. So that's kind of what's good. Is that, but we're starting to pump again. Fix this. I had it. All right, we're ready. I gotta thank God, man. It's just I feel so amazing every single morning. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday, the last week. It really it makes no difference. You know what I mean? Like we get to do this all over again, and I just think waking up with a grateful mind in general, being grateful for things around you in general, will make you a better person. You know, thinking about your life in a better way. I mean, there's a lot of shit that you can think about, I'm sure, but why? Like, why do that to yourself? You know what I mean? Like, I know we all have problems. Everybody has problems, right? But just wake up feeling grateful, and you'll instantly feel better. I don't know why, but just do. So, getting down to the bottom of these charts, it's pretty simple. I got the 5-minute chart pulled up currently for you. We did this kind of trap zone here right before we were struggling to get to this key area of 5,900 here, right here. Perhaps that could be even a mild support today, but I just don't trust it. I like to see, for example, if I knew that this was going to be that magnet, right, that 5,900, I like to see this fighting that happened under here. This is what tells me that this key was the important level here, right here, because this is where we kind of choked up through that resistance. This was the level of resistance. The way I view it is like that. We struggled to push through it. We back test even below this level here. We kind of have another rally. This became a magnet with another trap to the downside here. We rally off it, another trap to the bottom there. I just like how used up it kind of was there. So that's why I have that level as a key level here yesterday, because it's not much if you think about it. Not much to analyze in terms of like history. I can't tell you that these levels were in play last month because they haven't. These are mild levels of support in general that we kind of created levels of support yesterday that we can clearly analyze on our charts. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that these levels are, you know, they're going to respect with the same amount of degree of levels that have been in play for months, right? But this is what we got to work with. This is what we got to do. This is technical analysis. We look for levels of support and resistance. Resistance is going to be resistance is actually easier for me right now than it is support. So resistance is going to be 14 to 18. You can clearly see this kind of trap we had. The beginning of the close of this candle was right here. We had this wick right here. And then we have this squeeze and basically getting back into the range. This is the range right here. You can see this resistance clearly acting up as resistance for multiple hours from 4:45 p.m. all the way through until 1:30 a.m. And then since then, I don't think we've tested it. We're coming back to test it right now. But again, this is why I know that this is resistance from 14 to 18. The question is not whether it's resistance. The question is how good is it going to hold up? On a market like you saw yesterday, on a market which you've been seeing for the past year, probably not going to hold. And if it does hold, it's going to be one more time. And who knows how much of a good move it can be. 1 out of 100, it will basically reach up here. This is one of the situations that could happen. We could reach up here, we can get denied, and we can start a very nice sell-off. That would be the 1 out of maybe 100 setups, or not setups, 1 out of 100 level of resistances that will work in this type of market. So I can't really short it here. We're back to the same scenario. I can't short it here because that's trying to pick the top. I do know that now at least it has some level of resistance. Yesterday, we were trying to pick tops as the market's running higher. Today, we at least have this. We have this, right? We have this. We have this. Again, it's a multi-hour level of resistance. So at least we have some more evidence that this price range here is a level where we're getting stuck at. That's what we want to see with technical analysis. We want to see evidence, right? We don't want to guess. We want to see evidence. Good morning, Blush. Good morning. So I hope that this kind of makes sense. You can clearly see that level of resistance. This is the only level I have for you right now, right there, that can potentially reverse this market. I'm not overly interested in being first to kind of short it, but you take that as you will. This is the only evidence I can tell you. I need to show you the price. I need to show you basically evidence. If I say this is resistance, well, why is it resistance, right? Like, I can't just come here and tell you it's resistance. We can clearly see this. It's right there, right? Like, that's a 5-minute chart. On a 15-minute chart, it will look a little bit different, but it will tell you the same idea. We have the massive wick to the upside through right here, right? And you can clearly see how this becomes resistance. And we have a little bit of a trap to the upside here as well. So this is technically speaking a good setup for shorts to try to get us on lower. Question is, can they do it? I have no idea. But I know you wanted to hear more of a clear answer from me, but remember, we're at all-time highs. We're in waters where, you know, no everyone is waking up, and they're all wondering the same thing. When is this pullback coming? Because the pullback is gonna probably come inevitably, right? Which is not a bad thing. I would not say that is a bad thing. We could sell a long way down and it will still be a good thing for the market. But this is going to be key. If 93 to 95 fails, we go down. This is going to be the beginning of the Jenga block failing. If this level here fails for me, at that point is when I can tell you that the Jenga block is failing. We are going to be probably in for the pullback that we're all waiting for. And where is that pullback going to likelihood have some issues? It's going to be at 66. It's going to be at 63 to 66. These were levels from yesterday that I do have of support. See, now, this is where I like the markets. Because down here, I have levels of support that make sense to me. Like, they're proven, or, you know, we've tested them once, or we haven't quite tested them. This is going to be that next Jenga block here. This is the second sign that the market is weak now. If that were to somehow magically, astonishingly, in my eyes, break, well, then we have 34 to 36. This would be the back test of where we broke out of back in. That will be the back test of where we broke out of all the way back in September 30th. And that was sort of resistance there sitting on August 19. As well as, yes, that was some level of support back in July 8th as well. So those are going to be the three key levels of the market that, you know, if we do get any pullback today, the bulls don't want to see 34, 36 break. And they definitely would like to try to see some traps below 66 and reclaim 60. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, right? I'm getting ahead of myself with the pullback, but I'm just trying to kind of tell you and leave on this stream my ideas for where the market could potentially be pulled back to and have some struggle you continue to pull back. Because it's nice. If I tell you the plan as it is right now, and then we get here tomorrow, and then 34, 36 happened to be a level where where we did some action, where we had some trap, and maybe we reversed from there. Well, then I can come here and tell you, well, you see, technical analysis works. I don't need to be predicting where price might be getting stopped at or where price might be getting reversed at. Rather, it's just good old technical analysis. So that's the plan. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, I guess. Not much. There's a level of resistance there, and if you got the cojones, you could give it a shot. I would have to check mines, though. I don't know if they're that freaking big to short that level, but it might work. It might work. You never know. $15-minute chart is I mean, it looks pretty bullish. We barely got a dip overnight, which it's getting bought up. It got bought up. We could just run right through that high, right? Like today, you know what, though? I will be a little bit different today. So if that 14, 18 were to potentially break, we were to come back and back this, I'll be long 14 at this point, honestly. Because at least now I have some type of setup, right? At least I know this is resistance. We are going to reclaim a level of resistance. That makes sense to me. But yesterday was just different. Yesterday was just basically you get long or you don't get long, one or the other. And if you didn't get long, you miss out like me. But let's see where we closed at yesterday. It's always good to remember where we closed at. Yesterday, we closed at 59.08. So we're with a small gap to the upside. Nothing major. And obviously, I don't trade gaps for the obvious reason that if you're looking for the gap fills, you're going to lose majority of the time. And I can prove that. Again, everything I say is something that I'm willing to back up based on technical analysis, not because I feel like it, right? So you can see the 15-minute chart up here. I got pulled up. You see this gap? We closed on Friday at 58.56. We opened up at 58.76. We did not close that gap. Okay, we didn't. So there's a gap there that shows you evidence that we did not close it. And I can go back in the chart here and I can show you plenty of gaps. Look at this one right here. We still have a gap at 57.48 that we never closed off. We opened up 48, like about 30, 40 points higher. We did not close it. There are some that, of course, do close, but there's plenty that do not. There's still another one here all the way back in Wednesday, September the 18th. We closed at 56.89. We opened up at 57.59. Nearly almost like 80 points, almost 100 points, whatever the math equals to. Higher, we did not close that gap. And I can go on and on and on and have all the gaps pretty much still there, sitting all the way back down to like the 5,300, I believe. So don't look for the gap fills is the point I'm trying to tell you. The gap fills, if we were leaving a massive gap, there will be clues to when we will be filling them. And that will come at the first level of support failure. In this case being 93.5. But of course, we didn't close lower than that. So I mean, it's a small gap. It's not even worth talking about. It's not even worth it. But everything I like to tell you, it's based on what my observations are on the charts. Is I guess my point. I used to trade like that, looking for the gap fills, and sometimes when it works beautiful, it's like, oh my gosh, it makes you feel like a genius. It made me feel that way, at least. If in case you did not know, well, I do show my plan ahead of time. Everything I just told you, I already said basically on the community here. It's a totally free Discord. Uh, Again, it's 100% free. I don't sell you anything inside of it. I sound like an infomercial at this point, but I mean, if I can help out somebody, why not? Like, we got a lot of ideas bouncing back and forth here throughout the day. And of course, ahead of time, you can obviously know my plan and other people's levels of support and resistance. We basically trying to improve as traders. If you want to join a free community where you're never going to pay a single dime and you can potentially learn something, well, it's all right there. Literally free. So there are plenty of communities of people that do try to charge you for services. I'm not going to do that. Okay. I'm not. I'm a believer of authenticity. I believe in authenticity. And anybody who basically, I get it. Like, there's a lot of money in selling courses and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm not at their level. I'm not at that level in terms of their popularity and stuff like that. But some of these people that do have a lot of influence, I don't believe that they're necessarily great traders, but they do make all their money via um, teachings and stuff like that. And this is where my problem comes into this kind of industry, that you can essentially be a pretty shitty garbage trader without even a proven record, and you can be selling and be a millionaire through courses that you're selling to people. And then my question is, how many of those people that buy the courses actually end up being profitable, right? Because I don't think that this is a business that you can just kind of teach somebody. I can give you ideas. I can show you kind of what I believe with support and resistances, but at the end of the day, you got to learn how to apply your levels. That's going to take a lot of effort, right? But again, I'm not here to bash anybody. Anybody who's a millionaire who sells courses, make your money, my friend. I'm not jealous. I actually applaud you. And in fact, a lot of these people were inspirations of mine. They inspired me. So I got nothing against them. I'm just simply saying that, when you're charging people for a service and you don't really have a proven track record and you don't want to prove your track record, well, then that's where the issue for me comes in. Just do it for free. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing this for free. I got no problem starting a community doing it for free. Nothing. All right, let's see what market's gonna do for us at market open. There's a little bit of a gap at 08. Let's see if that's gonna potentially get filled. I don't know, but remember, we got resistance at 14 to 18. This is the only level that is basically sitting right here. It could work as a short. I'm on XFAs right now. I don't know if I want to do this on a short. I'll be honest, if I do short that level, it's not going to be on XFAs. It's going to have to be on combines, because I'm not. I come here and I preach about, not shorting resistances. I like to short weaknesses. The ducking problem is there's no weakness. And then it's like, ugh. Flush says thank you. You're welcome, my friend. It's all there. We're going to do the crystal ball indicator right now. So the crystal ball was wrong yesterday. Fucking crystal ball said we were going to chop around. All right. I guess the main question is right now is that level of resistance gonna hold up? So is 58.14 to 58.18 going to hold up as resistance? That's the only real question I kind of have for it right now. Certainly. All right, so Crystal Ball is definitely feeling like that resistance is going to hold up today. Okay, if resistance holds up, will we finally, not will we, let's say, will ES finally pull back? Let's see. Perhaps. All right. Honestly, Crystal Ball, I hope that today you're right. I need more volatility in this thing. Like, yes, I know that yesterday was an amazing, beautiful day just to basically buy and go, but the market kind of needs to pull back a little bit, right? I like when the market pulls back. It introduces that volatility I like. It allows for levels of support and resistances to work. Whereas, like, look at yesterday. Unless you bought down there, which I believe Antonio was here. He was buying that yesterday here. I mean, look at that. Boom. Like, there was really no entry there for you. And all the way up until, like, 11 in the morning, maybe. And even that was a very difficult entry because, come on, how could you have known that it was just going to stop it? It was very, very, like, look at it. It was just this. I don't see a whole lot of support besides the top of this wick of this candle there. Yeah. Anyways, let's let that go. Let's worry about today. Today, we're sitting right below a level of resistance. We know this. If we break through 18, we come back to test 14, I will be long. I am not letting this thing just freaking have another pump day without me. So, but that's if we get through 18. I would have to see like 21 get hit, come back to 14. Then I'll take the long. But currently, the all-time high is at, I actually didn't mark it, so mark it right. All-time high, it's sitting at 1850 right now. So we're just a few points shy of the all-time high. There's no way I can get long here. Absolutely no way. Can it just rip up there? Absolutely. That's what happened yesterday, so. I made it a goal this month. I'm like, I gotta lose more weight. I am. I swear. I come here and I look the same. I'm like, what the hell? How much more weight do I gotta lose? I don't want to look all scrawny, but the same crap. You guys should have seen me like 3 years ago. You guys should have seen me. I was massive, huge. I was 225 or 26 pounds, something like that. I don't know what that translates to in kilos, but I was pretty big. I'll show you some pictures, you would laugh. I laugh. I'm like, come on, lady. You couldn't tell me to get on a saddlet? Like, that's just evil from you. And then at that time, I think I was in Portugal for a few months. I was just eating. And before that, we had came from Dominican. So I was like, oh my gosh. It was just straight up eating. No more of that, okay? No more. You got to live a healthy lifestyle. All right. Let's see. 1418 is that level of resistance. If you got some big ones, well, it might work as a short. I don't know about me taking that short up here, though. I'll be honest, but we'll see. If we can get a nice little kind of push. I don't know. If I do short it, like I said, I'll be on a combine. I'm not gonna be on XFAs. That's me, full disclosure, okay? I will not short this thing. on my XFAs. Watch that. Watch me short the combine. Boom. $2,000. I'll be like, God damn it. Oh my gosh. All right. Market's going to open on up in about 2 minutes, under 2 minutes. So get your orders ready. NQ is already starting to kind of pull back, but I don't really trust NQ. Let me just focus on this chart here. We got 1 minute till market opens on up. You know the situation right now. We're at a level of resistance. We're a few points off the highs. There's a whole lot of reason to pull back. However, you got to have a big pair to short this. Okay? In fact, if you short it, tell me. Like that, I know who's here with some big cojones here. My goodness. I come here, I'm like, I'm going to keep it PG, okay? I don't want to be swearing or anything like that. And I'm here talking about cojones. All right, we got pretty much no numbers until 11 o'clock, so we're in the clear. We're good. We got nada. Just good old charts. Good old chart. Five, four, three, two. Place your bets. Markets open. And we are pumping. It's looking like yesterday again. All right, look, I'm going to fucking short this thing on the combine, okay? Limit sell one at 1475. I'm going to have my stop all the way at the 19. Let's see if we can kind of squeeze through these little levels of resistances there. NQ is dumping. My gosh, I swear. I'm going to freaking change to NQ. Look at NQ. It even did the magical M. It even looks like a goddamn M. Look at this. Even on NQ, this thing works. Technical analysis works. I don't know if you've seen that video, those videos I put up. You see that magical M? You have a clear level of support there. See it? It even looks like an M for McDonald's. Price action garbage. You see that level? Support, support, support. You get the M, final bounce, and then the dump right through that level, and then boom. Beautiful. And then here is the S. Doing I don't know what. This is the yes. One of these days, yes, I'm going to change. You don't move like, you kind of move a little bit of like, I don't know. That's short already right there. 640 all the way down to, that's already almost 40 points right there. I understand that those 40 points are not like yes when it moves 40 points, but I mean, still pretty nice of a move. Even one contract. 30, 40 points in one contract. Not bad on NQ. Why is it telling me I have an issue here? What? I think the stream is not working properly, guys. My apologies there. I don't know what the hell I could do here. Yeah, it's the I don't know. It's something to do with the stream. My Wi-Fi is good. Everything's working good. Come on, man. I mean, my Wi-Fi is good. I just checked it and everything's good. What do you? Hmm. A video. What does that even mean? Oh, weird. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Sorry, guys. I don't know why this is so delayed, but it is showing me here that it's not getting enough video, so it's delayed. But it doesn't make any sense why it's delayed. So how do I refresh this? Yeah. I mean, it should all be good.